you were very eloquent on the way you defended Hillary Clinton, on who she was when it comes down to politics. Are you still close to that family?
I'm not.
Okay. So who do you think between the two was a better politician? You think Bill's the better politician? Do you think Hillary's the better politician?
I don't think Hillary was a particularly good politician.
Okay, so she's a better strategist, you would say. She's more strategic, power.
She is a classic blooming where she's potted kind of public official.
Yeah.
Everything that she has been given to do. I watched her, you know, as a rookie elected official come into New York and become an amazing senator. I watched her at Secretary of State be like she blooms where she's potted. She knows government well. She's smart as a very, very smart person.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that it's hard. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs, being the first woman candidate of a major party. I think it was hard for her to get her sea legs in the framing of Bill Clinton's wife. I think it was a lot of things were a lot of challenge she faced that you and I would not face on the campaign.
Do you think she's a good person?
I do.
Okay, so you know, when we announced the fact that we're interviewing you, we kind of crowdsourced with the audience what questions do you want to ask, and then our research team will go and say, hey, is there any credibility to this or not? And then we don't.
Wait, what? Hello?
Huh?
What are you saying?
I was talking to who made the original art of the El Gato in Motel.
Okay.
He said it was really good. There you go.
Wow.
Waste our time. So hey,
They asked me
we're
to
having
send
Anthony
it to
Weiner on. Great.
So shut the f up.
So you have to ask him about Frazzle Drip. Go look it up.
What are you saying? Hello?
What?
Why are
Can
you just
hear
muttering
me?
random shit? No, you're just like saying.
Am I far away from the mic? I don't know.
Okay, we're going back to watch
What
this
did
video.
you not hear?
Nothing. Okay, you're good.
Jeez.
This video is a deep fake. No, any credibility to it on what happened with Hillary Clinton, Huma, and all this stuff? Nope, we're not going to ask him about that because I don't yet see a real source. A lot of it was stuff that, conspiracy, all this stuff that's being said. We're not going there. Yeah, you need to ask him about Pizzagate, because that's exactly what's going on with kids. Yeah, no, we're not going there. That's not something we're going to be asking him about. Yeah, you need to ask him about this, and you need to ask him about this. I said, okay. All of these things that they said we have to ask you about. To be fair, it's Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Huma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So you've been very close, and your wife, is it still wife or is it ex-wife? I think it's separated since 2017, right?
We're separated. We co-parent Jordan, but we're separated.
Okay. And, she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that, she was with Hillary for 20 years.
And the whole thing with the life insurance, the email, 650,000, the one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So the next thing that people said, you got to ask him is the following. So, Rob, if you can pull up this story, I'm not going to buy into this one. Well, 9 out of 12 cops, NYPD, who saw the email and saw what was in that laptop, committed suicide. And it was, 7 of them since June, and it was the most ever that this took place. And these are the men that committed suicide. So then we went and looked it up, and we're like, no, they did commit suicide, but it wasn't linked directly to seeing the laptop or the intel there. No problem. So again, no credibility there. So there's no reason to ask you the question about the 9 out of 12 cops that saw it in NYPD.
You shouldn't even be listing them and giving oxygen.
No, my job is to listen because I like to read.
No, listing. We shouldn't be listing these things.
Well,
these things
it is what it is.
Destructive. People have actually
these
had
are
violence
conspiracy
done
theories. These are conspiracy theories that
all
some
that have
people,
books about them, though.
Right.
But
the one thing that we did look up that wasn't a conspiracy theory was the following.
Do you want to do Osama or Hassan dog?
No, the dog. Do the dog.
The dog. Okay. And similar pixel art to before, yeah?
Yeah.
The one that's kind of weird, and first thing I ask myself is, how the hell is our guy here, Anthony Weiner, still alive? What do you mean by that? Well, when you go through the list of people that have been close to Hillary Clinton and the Clintons and the Deadpool, this is not a conspiracy. You got the names of James McDougal, okay, Clinton's convicted Whitewater partner, died of an apparent heart attack. Mary Mahoney, a former White House intern, was murdered July 1997 at a Starbucks coffee shop in Georgetown.
Ron Brown, he died in a plane crash.
Vince Foster Vince Foster was the next one. By the way, the James Dougal was a...
Oh, Jesus. Wait, how do I get more power in this game? Based, okay.
The key witness in a key can start
Ron
investigation.
Brown was in a plane crash. Why is he on the list?
Ron Brown is another one, but there was a close person to this. Victor Razor. You got Paul Tooley, Ed Woolley.
Wait a minute. You're reading a list of people that Bill and Hillary Clinton knew. They're 80. They're 70-something years old.
I'm asking you this question. I'm asking you this question and an answer at the end. So you got Jerry Parks, Jane Bunch, James Wilson, Kathy Ferguson, Bill Shelton, Candy Bow, Florence Martin, Susan Coleman, Paula Grober, Danny Casolero, Paula Wilker, John Parnell Walker, Barbara Weiss. We should verify this yourself because you're running a radio show. You should look it up.
I don't know any of these
Dr.
names,
Stanley Hurd, Barry Beal, Barry Seal, Johnny Longhorn,
Can you read me the URL you're reading? Can you read me the URL you're reading?
We'll send you the most credible source you can look it up.
I want to hear the URL. That's a really good question. Is this like www.clintonkilllist.com? I'm so curious. What is the URL to this? Oh, yeah, true. Thank you. Is this the list? The URL is www.legacyfirearmsco.com. Nice.
We'll put the link below. We'll put the link below.
Just tell me so I know what I'm responding
Friday,
to.
Kevin Ivey, Dan Henry.
Him, PBD not saying the URL is evidence that he knows he's operating in bad faith. Why wouldn't you just say the URL? If he doesn't say it, that's an astounding show of like scumbaggery from him. But
Keith Coney, and these were part of the Ivy Henry case. Keith McCaskill.
What's the Ivy Henry case?
You can look it up. Ivy Henry case. So Gregory Collins, Jeff Rhodes, James Milland, Richard Winter, and then you got the close bodyguards, Major William Barkley, Captain Scott Reynolds, Brian Hanley, Tim Sable, General William Robertson,
you don't even know what you're reading a list of. How is this
Densberger, Robert Kelly, Colonel Gary Rhodes, Steve Wills, Robert Williams, Conway LeBlue, Todd McKeon. I'm done. It's 46 names. And
of what? Can you read me the list? Can you read me the URL so I know what you read a list of before I answer any questions about it?
When I finish this, stillinthestorm.com. You can look it up.
Stillinthestorm.com.
You can look it up.
This is your big moment, guys.
Stillinthestorm.com. Is that even the right URL? Jesus.
Yeah, so you can go. And by the way,
ads about chemtrails at the end of it.
He hasn't even asked the question. He's just reading the article.
He's reading a list of names.
So
he hasn't even asked the question. It's a list.
Yo, come on. Oh, he's simping because it's his boss.
The fact that you're getting nervous is an answer.
It's not.
The getting nervous? Here I am reading 55. The President's Sunday Strat. Is this guy, somebody said this guy runs an MLM. I should show up on one of their shows and have 100 names of people that have filed for bankruptcy that have been part of his thing, and then at the end I'll say what it's about.
I'm nervous. This stuff makes me sick when you repeat
exactly.
these
makes
ridiculous...
us sick as well. It also makes us sick.
It obviously doesn't.
Of course, because the establishment makes us sick.
You start the question by reading a list of well-founded
Your reaction is an answer.
Conspiracy. I know these things make me sick, and people have gotten killed.
Your reaction is
over
an answer.
Someone went into a pizza parlor in Washington because they believed this, and you're making an echo chamber.
Your reaction is an answer. So let me go to it here now.
No.
Your reaction is an answer. You're not going to read a list.
Yeah, my reaction is my reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me what that list, in your view?
You haven't allowed me to finish. If you allow me to finish the question,
you're reading 46
then
random
you can
names.
What I'm trying to figure out is, so this is, hold on, I'm intensely interested in this actually. Okay, because this is like the billion-dollar question. So does this guy on the left know that he's working as a propagandist, or does he actually think he's operating in good faith? Does he think that ambushing somebody with a 50-person list and not even reading what it's about before getting to quit, does he know that this is like a bad faith propaganda strategy? Or does he actually think he's coming from a place of good faith?
So if the
whatever you want.
Of some insane website.
I love your answer.
And these people who you don't even know who they are, you're reading them on a list of something, making some kind of as if it's somehow suspicious. You don't even know who these human beings are, who have families, who are like out there, and now
I'll spend the next 2 hours with you, one by one, explaining who these individuals are if you want to do that.
How about you pick one? Pick one and tell me who he was and what his story was. No, not you. You were asking me the question. Pick one name and then tell me.
Pull up Vince Foster if you want.
No, Vince Foster, that suicide has been investigated 50 times. Pull up one of the obscure names you pulled. Why did you pull Ron Brown? Here, let me read Ron Brown. Ron Brown, a Commerce Secretary who a plane crashed while he was on a humanitarian mission, crashed into the side of a mountain. So what do you want to know about Ron Brown? What do you want to know about Ron Brown?
Can you let me ask the question?
No.
Oh, this guy. Oh my God, that's actually such a scumbag move.
Listen, this is a conversation.
No.
We're having a conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm the host. You invite me to your podcast. You get to ask the question. I'm the host. I want to ask you the question. You haven't let me answer the question.
I didn't see
your reaction is already an answer.
I know. I am infuriated by people who drag other people's names who are powerless. You're not powerless.
Hillary Clinton is powerless?
No, these people.
Hillary Clinton is powerless.
These people.
That's the problem.
These people.
Hillary's the problem.
You read a list of people because you have the power to do it. People who do that are bullies, and I don't appreciate bullies.
I have the power to do what?
You do. To read a list of some stranger's names.
The DOJ and other things to control and hide things.
I will say, for all of his faults of being, was it a 16-year-old or 17-year-old? Anthony Weiner did have a lot of God City moments. Where was the where was the one he had? Oh, what am I trying to remember? Was it this? Was it this?
Gentleman from New York is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 1 minute to the distinguished gentleman from New York, Mr. Weiner.
Gentleman is recognized.
Great courage to wait until all members have already spoken and then stand up and wrap your arms around procedure. We see it in the United States Senate every single day where members say, we want amendments, we want debate, we want amendment, but we're still a no. And then we stand up and say, oh, if only we had a different process, we'd vote yes. You vote yes if you believe yes. You vote in favor of something if you believe it's the right thing. If you believe it's the wrong thing, you vote no. We are following a procedure. I will not yield to the gentleman, and the gentleman will observe regular order. The gentleman will observe regular order. Gentleman thinks that if he gets up and yells on it, if he's going to intimidate people into believing he's right, he is wrong. The gentleman is wrong. The gentleman is providing cover for his colleagues rather than doing the right thing. It's Republicans wrapping their arms around Republicans rather than doing the right thing on behalf of the heroes. It is a shame. A shame.
Oh, this was that same bill that Jon Stewart. Oof. Anthony Weiner, he must be from New York, right? He sounds like it. Is he? He was from, oh, New York's not, yeah. Okay, yeah. New Yorkers, and Jon Stewart included, were super ass mad that Republicans were blocking this bill for 9/11 first responders. What the that's like actual evil shit. Bro, why would you block this bill? I don't even know what the reason was. There must be some reason. There must have been some strategy or something, but
if you believe this is a bad idea to provide health care, then vote no. But don't give me the cowardly view that, oh, if it was a different procedure, the gentleman will observe regular order and sit down. I will not. The gentleman will sit. The gentleman is correct in sitting.
Bro. Weiner had some God City moments. God, why this guy have to be a weirdo? Where's the, doesn't he read, like, how a bill becomes a law or whatever? Am I crazy? Did he get up in front of Congress and read how a bill becomes a law? Am I making that up? Oh, shit, it might be this one.
The gentleman from New York, Mr. Weiner.
The gentleman from New York is recognized for 2 minutes.
My friends, I think it was truly an edifying experience that we had in the opening days of Congress, that we read the Constitution. And I think one of us had the great good fortune to read Article 1, Section 7, every bill shall have passed the House of Representatives and the Senate shall, before it became law, be presented to the President of the United States. That's how a bill becomes a law. Now, this is how Eric Cantor on 3/30/2011 said a bill becomes a law. The Senate's gotta, this is just the transcription, I didn't do that, I just assume it's the Southern thing. The Senate's gotta act prior to the expiration of the CR. If it does not act, meaning the Senate does not do something, H.R. 1 becomes the law of the land. That's not true. That's not constitutional. That's not fitting of this body. Now, it is, however, consistent with how the majority party has been governing around here. They've passed rules that they have ignored. For example, on January 5th, they had members of their caucus take the oath in front of a television set. On February 9th, they failed to provide constitutional authority for a bill despite that it was one of their rules. On March 13th, they failed to get a 3/5 majority for passage of a bill that raised tax rates despite the fact that it was part of the rules. On March 17th, they failed to make
a bill available within 72 hours to fight back. It was part of the rules. And just March 30th, they failed to include an offset for a new government program. The rules are not a big thing for them to follow, because this is why it's hard. It's a big book. So I brought you this. House Mouse, Senate Mouse, which is sold in the gift shop to teach children how to understand the Constitution and permit me to read. It's the floor of each chamber, the Senate and House, where each senator and each Congress mouse gets to vote on the bill. And if enough do, this president signs it if he likes to. Well, the Senate mices haven't passed this yet. Perhaps if this were the rules that the Republicans had to follow, it's a much thinner book and it rhymes, maybe you'd get it right. But this is not the Constitution.
Time has expired.
All right, guys, come down here. Everybody, I think he got because he was apparently he was a 15-year-old. Anthony, what are you doing, bro? You can't be a Democrat and get away with that, okay? Maybe he met her at the bookstore where he got the book. True.
DOJ.
Yeah.
DOJ didn't make this list.
Let me finish up my question.
Jack made a list in his basement.
You have the right to
You're reading
answer.
their names as if they're incriminating in some way.
You have the right to
That's
answer.
bullying, and I don't appreciate. And I stand up against bullies.
Please do so.
He hasn't even asked the question yet,
He's
Anthony.
reading a list and he's refused. And now he says, "Let's move on."
No.
Because I set your answer
Nobody
already.
has said move
He hasn't
on.
even
You're
asked the
panicking.
question. I don't even know what the question is.
Yeah.
Pick a name.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Reading
And you get
a
to
list
answer
of people who
or not
probably
answer.
And there are some of those people that had military titles in front of them, and you're
Exactly.
dragging their
That's
name.
even the point.
You're dragging their name
That's
through the
even the
and
point.
You should be ashamed
because
of yourself.
their families would want to know.
Because you've got a podcast.
Some of their
you can
families
read
would want to know.
some conspiracy theory podcast, some conspiracy theory that 9 people
I
read.
got you.
You find some guy that comes in, and then
Congratulations, buddy.
you go from Ron Brown to some obscure officer
Yes.
that used to protect Bill Clinton, who passed away. May he rest in peace for his service.
all of them rest in
and
peace.
you are dragging them into some
May
wacky
all of them
conspiracy
rest
theory.
in peace. May all of them rest in peace. So here's the question for you. Because millions of people are not convinced Hillary Clinton is a good person.
Again, with the other people. Millions
including
of people.
myself. If you want to do that, I'm not
put the questions
I'm not
in your
worried
own.
about.
Don't
ask
try
the
to make
question.
it about some bozo who put up a website. Put in your own words.
Here's a question for you, Guy. It's a very simple question for you. So, how is it when you think about other candidates? Okay, everybody has a stereotype. You have a reputation whether you like it or not. What's your reputation? Your reputation is you like to text underage girls and you like to talk to girls and you sending pictures of your dangling. That's your reputation. Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Adam has a reputation. Adam is a playboy in Miami.
You better get back to that list of strangers you read a
trust
list
me,
of.
I'm getting back to it. Tom's got a reputation. His reputation is a man who
And right now,
loves
your
his wife.
reputation is listing
And-
strangers
and
who served in the military and dragging their name
I
through the
have a
dirt.
reputation to ask tough questions and piss some people like you off. That's
And
my reputation.
including dead people who I'm going to stand up for.
Oh, trust me, we are standing up for them more than you are standing up for them.
Let's see. You better get back to that list because we're going to clear some people's
my
names today.
My question for you is, how is it that in the last 50 years, we don't have a single candidate? Everybody has their own. Hey, John F. K. was a playboy with Marilyn Monroe. Trump, Karen McDougal, Stormy Daniels. You know, George Bush linked to 9/11 and weapons of mass destruction. Bill Clinton linked to Arkansas women, all this others. Everybody has a reputation. How is it that the reputation that follows them as people close to them die? Why is that?
What is this fucking retarded question? Have you gone through the personal connection of every single person related to Bush or Cheney or Obama or Clinton or any of these other politicians to see how many of these people died? Or Bill Clinton, I was thinking. Like, what is this question? Like, no offense to the people in Congress, but like half the people in Washington, the average age of the person was like 73 years old. Like, how many of these people died? Don't we have, what's the name of the woman? Is it Feinstein, who's like in a fucking wheelchair, who's been out with like a stroke for 6 months? She's like trying to pass bills via text right now because she's hooked up to a tube at a hospital. Sorry, that was extreme. But like, bro, come on. Like, what the kind of question is this? We'll find out in a minute.
at a story that many people believe in. Why is that?
Are the Clintons in their 70s yet? You don't think I can make a list of other people who are 70-something years old and say this person died, that person died, this person died? Hold on.
How come they haven't done that with Bush? He's in the same age.
I have no freaking idea why they haven't.
How come they haven't done that with Trump?
Hold on a second. So are you saying, so you agree with what I'm saying?
How come they haven't done that with Reagan?
So
how come they haven't done that with Kerry?
What point are you?
Because people aren't as obsessed with them as Republicans are with you guys. What do you mean? And even if they did do it, you would explain all of it away. When they did Benghazi, they got nothing, and they were mad about it. When they did Hillary emails, they got nothing, and they were mad about it. When we go into Trump, we get Flynn, we get Stone, we get Manafort, we get Cohen, we get all these, we get 14 indictments on Russian operatives, and crickets from you guys. We get Trump on federal indictments. We get Trump on state felony charges, and crickets. What do you mean? Why do they only go into Clinton? You have nothing on Clinton. We got Papadopoulos. Like, you have nothing. There's literally nothing. You have nothing. All you have are people around Hillary Clinton that have died. Hillary Clinton was under oath for like 11 hours. Trump went under oath for 2 hours in a deposition and couldn't tell the difference between his wife and a woman he purportedly raped. Okay? Like, come the f on, dude. The partisan hackery.
Making about these men and women who you listed.
How is it so many people close to them died? How is it so many people close to them?
Everybody dies.
How is
Are
it
you
so
suggesting? Okay.
I'm asking the question.
You're asking a bizarre question.
Exactly.
It's a bizarre question. It's got to be intentional. He's a con artist, or he has to be. This is intentional. This doesn't happen on accident. I've seen people that ask these questions on accident. This isn't accidental. This is the work of a bad faith, like intentionally so. Like that's what this is, 100%.
Did people die? No, what pisses me off, and I'm going to say this again because you apparently are not listening to me. You read a list of people off an obscure website of conspiracy theory, taking a Venn diagram of everyone that ever worked in the orbit of someone who served in public life for 50 years.
50 years.
And you listed them, including people in the military, including strangers you could not pull out of and you are implying that there's something nefarious. Let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought.
Please do so, because I got another source coming in here for you.
You're implying both with the question and with the website. The website says it explicitly. You're implying it. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You're implying that something. You are implying.
Until he's done. Go for it.
You are implying that something nefarious is afoot both with the question and with the list. Hillary Clinton, she's a big girl. I'm a big boy, you're a big boy. The people that you just listed,
they're all...
Listen to me. No, these are obscure people that you could not pull out of...
You're a great politician, buddy.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Fantastic.
You know what? You are the classic bully. You list someone's name, and are you going to go back and clarify it? Are you going to go clarify?
You know what the qualities of your personality is. You want to really know that.
Ad hominem attack on me is going to somehow clear that person's name?
There isn't anybody at this table that's a bigger bully than you.
I tell you. Oh, yeah? You just listed some strange...
What is this? You're a bully? Ripperino, Cappuccino, Pappuccino, Hoppuccino, Mappuccino, Dappuccino, Cappuccino, Appuccino, Al Pacino, my Deuterinos. I will catch you guys next stream or Reno. Be careful, stay safe. Yum, yum, yum.